All right, good morning, everybody. It's Graydon just finished chest and back, and then tomorrow we'll actually film leg day video. But anyway, I want to talk to you about what I read this morning and a little bit about what we talked about in my Sunday school class on Sunday. So, Exodus 16 this morning, we went through how God provided manna and bread and food, meat for the Israelites. They're in between the promised land and leaving Egypt. They've got a long journey ahead of them, obviously. Basically ended up being like 2 generations, didn't even get to see the promised land. One was, anyway, we'll get there when we get there. But anyway, God provided manna, which was basically bread, and meat in the evening, manna in the morning for the Israelites during the week. And there were some rules. One of them was you weren't supposed to take more than your daily share. So in the morning you'd go out, you'd collect bread for the day, but you weren't supposed to take more than what you needed, and you weren't supposed to store any up for the next day. And the reason why is God said if you did that, basically you're saying you don't trust and rely on the fact and have faith on the fact that I will provide again. And so if people did, it turned to maggots and began to smell and basically became inedible. So Moses would get angry, go to God, ask for forgiveness, and God would forgive, obviously. And anyway, God did this for a very long time till they came outside the land of Canaan. And what worked is on the 6th day, the day before the 7th, which is the day God rested when he created the earth. It was considered Sabbath, and you weren't supposed to do any work that day. You were supposed to rest in fellowship with God. Well, what would happen is you'd basically collect day. So if it's Saturday and the next day is the Sabbath, or Friday and the next day is the Sabbath, which is technically how it worked. Saturday used to be the Sabbath, or is the Sabbath, not used to be, is the Sabbath. But anyway, you would collect 2 times the amount on that Friday or that day before the Sabbath, so you had food for the next day, and the food would not go bad as it was for your day of rest. And something we talked about in Sunday school, we're in Hebrews right now, going through the book of Hebrews in the New Testament, and it references a lot of what happened to the Israelites and the Jewish people before Jesus came. And it talked about rest. And yes, that does also mean eternal rest, meaning if you believe and have faith, you will be with Jesus in heaven and you will have eternal rest in glory with him. But it also was talking about how earthly rest. So something humans have dealt with since the beginning of time was struggling with anxiety, struggling with worry, and that nature. And our goal as Christians is to not do that. Our goal as believers is to give all that we have anxiety about, all we stress about, to God. And the cool thing is, it's not for people, fitness people who will understand this term, is active rest. You have active rest days. Basically, you go to the gym and you stretch, or you home, or you go for a walk. It's a relaxing thing, but you're still working out, if that makes sense. It's called active rest. And I didn't think about that till just now, but you can't receive the rest that God will give you unless you have faith in him. So it's almost like active rest. You have to have faith. You don't have to do anything else. You just have to believe, and God can give you that rest and peace that you desire. It isn't just like I have to check off these boxes today and God will give me rest. No, that's not how it works. It's if you have faith that God will deliver you from whatever you're going through, from the good days, for the bad days, all that kind of stuff, then God will give you rest. And it works out and does need rest. As father of a 13-month-old, you rest, and they need rest too. And it isn't just like you get to be lazy kind of rest either. It's a fellowship with God. It's being in his presence, talking to him, praising him, listening for him, that kind of stuff. So if that helps you, cool. If not, somebody about it. Maybe if you got questions, let me know in the comment section. It's actually going to be up on YouTube, and then I'll cut up and put it on Instagram and TikTok and all that kind of stuff as well. But I hope you guys are having a good day. Today it was chest and back. Tomorrow will be legs, and I'll film that video. It'll be a full leg workout. And so, chapter 4 is what I mentioned, and I'm reading Exodus. Right now I'm into chapter 16, going through that book right now. And what's crazy is Exodus is the story of the Israelites exiting Egypt, right? They don't get to the promised land for a very long time, and they go through, if you've read or know anything about that story, they go through a whole lot of this. It's a circle of just a pattern of disobedience, God judging them relying on God, things going well, and then all of a sudden they stop again, And then they go back to this where they disobey, God judges, they obey, they go good for a while, something happens, disobedience. Like, it's just a vicious cycle that the Israelites go through. And you can do all you want, but at the end of the day, you got to put yourself in their shoes, and we do the same thing. So I hope this finds you well. Pray you have a blessed day. For the love training, episode 16 legs will be out this week. So yeah, anyway, deuces. Good day.